My name's Drew Ratichek. I'm the head coach at ACS Mixed Martial Arts. We are Team Took South. Today we're going to be doing a technique of the week. It'll be adapted for MMA. You can also use it in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well, or grappling. It's starting from bottom half guard, and we're going to set up a reversal leading to a submission. So for this particular move to use in a mixed martial arts scenario, I like it a lot. I think it's very effective, and it gives us a lot of options. So starting here in bottom half guard, both my feet on the inside of his leg, a lot of times we're dueling for this underhook right here. So he's not going to give me this underhook. He's going to fight me for it, and he's going to underhook here as well. There's one of two things that often happens here, particularly when it's on this side. A lot of people are right-handed, and this is often going to be the hand that they'll use to strike with, and it'll also be the hand they use to work for their pass on the knee. So what I like to do is, instead of fighting him for this underhook, I pummel for the far side underhook, and once I do, when they're in this position, belly to belly, or even if he's postured up a little bit, I leave this hand palm up on the back, but I don't touch the back. I want it to just hover because I don't want him to be aware of the fact that it's there. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to use it to trap this arm, so it could be when he's throwing punches. So if he's here throwing punches, I'm covering, and I'm going to time it, and when this hand comes back, I'll reach up and catch it right here. Love this one. Two hands on the forearm. So a lot of times he won't be up on his hand like this. He'll be down. Here we are, holding position. And when I see him starting to throw the punches, I'm here trying to block, and I'm waiting for that hand to come back, and I time it. And it comes back, I simply trap right here on the side. This is an overhand grip, thumb in, and I always use two hands. If you use only one here, you're going to make a mistake. You're going to lose the grip. So from this position right here, a lot of the times he immediately feels that trouble, and he's concerned. Well, the first thing that I do when we're in this position is I trap his arm with my head. I put my weight back on it. And then from right here, I'm going to raise my right knee up, bumping his body forward. Mm-hmm. Instead of sweeping him backwards the way that he often expects, I'm going to sweep him strong side forwards. So from right here, I bump up using my right knee to lift his body and keeping my left hook in. And then I simply shift my hips over to the side. At this point, I roll up on top, and I keep this arm trapped. This is really important. At this point right here, I've got to keep his weight on his own arm, not on my arm. If we roll too far, like this, now my arm is trapped and he can reverse me and roll me over. So instead, I like to stay straight up and down. I lock my arm straight and I keep my weight on his body to keep his arm trapped. It gives me the ability to use friction and leverage to keep him positioned here. Mm-hmm. I stay in half guard right back here. I don't pass half guard. I keep this locked up. And from right here, obviously, his arm is usually still here, holding onto my neck as I come over. And this affords me the ability to really open up with punches right here, both to the body and to the face. Instinctively, what he's going to do next is block his face from getting hit, bring this arm in front. That's exactly what I want. Once he brings this arm in front to try to cover, I'm going to feed this hand through. I'm going over the arm, not underneath it, over the arm and under the neck, right here. Once I reach this position, I cup the back of his shoulder and I pull this right hand free. Now, like a bulldozer, I use my chest to push him back flat to the mat, trapping his arm across his body right here. Mm-hmm. This is why I kept half guard. This prevents him from being able to bridge and create space. I'll figure four my legs right back here, keeping my hip-to-hip pressure so that he can't escape the arm. And then from right here, I'll go with a Gable Grip. Now, unlike a traditional head and arm choke, where his arm would be out here, instead of putting pressure into my shoulder, I put pressure into my belly and I pull up in the shoulders. So instead of dropping my weight down here, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put pressure down, pull my shoulders back, and lift his body off the mat for the tap. Starting in half guard, both feet on the inside. This is the scenario that I'll use this in. His hands under the head. He could be looking either for the pass right here, and if he's sloppy with his arm and leaves a little bit of space, I'll take advantage of it, or he could be throwing strikes, and when I see that arm coming back, I'm trying to block it and follow it, and I just simply reach up and trap. This hand is waiting on his backside, but I'm not going to grab him and put pressure here because I don't want him to remember it. I trap here. Immediately, I trap his arm with my head. I bump his body with my knee right down here. I switch my hips, and then I roll him right up. I come up into top position, keeping my body weight on him, chest to chest, straight up and down. I keep half guard down here, and I immediately open up with punches. Here I am. He brings that hand in front. I'll land a couple more punches, get a position where I want. Now I'm going to shoot that knife blade in, just like I'm throwing a punch. Boom, boom. See, if he doesn't have space there, I'll come down here, I'll open it up, shoot it through. Once I do, I cup the shoulder, pull my hand free, and I use my chest to bulldoze him flat. Flatten him right back out. Again, the key to this is to keep chest and belly pressure as opposed to shoulder pressure. I figure 4 my legs, back here in half guard, and then from right here, go palm to palm, Gable Grip, and then I put my weight all into my hips and I lift my shoulders and pull up and back for the tap. Do it once at full speed. I can't get the underhook, here I am. There's our ACS Technique of the Week. We are Team Took South. We are ACS.